I love the Ori series. Ori the Will-O-the-Wisp and Ori the Blind Forest are some of my favorite games of all time. But one thing I haven't done is get every achievement in an Ori game, and I want to change that. So let's look at Ori and the Blind Forest. Most of the achievements are pretty simple. Fully completing the game, getting every unlockable in the skill tree, and beating the game without dying. There's the big one. I want to get the achievement Unhinged, which has you beat the game on one life mode. And only 0.05% of people have unlocked this. So I can feel superior to 99% of Ori players on Xbox if I can get this done. Now this feels like one of those achievements you could easily cheese by just quitting the game or shutting your console off before you die if you know you're gonna die, and avoid the death and the restart. But we're not gonna do that. If we end up dying in this, we are gonna restart the entire game. Lucky for me, Ori and the Blind Forest is not an incredibly long game, but it can be a little hard. Before going for this Unhinged achievement, we should stop and get every other achievement. And don't worry, I already did that. We did a solid playthrough on hard to get a general idea of the game, and then did some general cleanup with achievements to grab a few annoying ones like beating the game in under 3 hours, which was totally super easy. Seeing if I could skip it, man. Elite! Complete the game without using an ability point. That's one, give me the other. Hey-oh! Here we go, baby. Supersonic. There we go. Finished the game in under 3 hours, man. That was 2:58:23. Oh my god. That was close. Easy, I told you. After that, we should be feeling ready to tackle this game without dying. But first, I didn't play the game for 3 months. Listen, I got a little bit busy and kept telling myself, oh, I'll do this eventually. And eventually is now. And before we started, we grabbed our last annoying achievement with completing the skill tree. You don't want to see that footage. It's literally this for 2 hours, since the game does not give you enough skill points to fill out the tree in a single run, especially on hard mode. But with that done, we are finally ready to start the Unhinged achievement. It's finally time for our first attempt, and I'm feeling pretty confident. Also, this game is incredibly loud. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. All right, so bad news. We died immediately. Bad news, bears. We died immediately. Yeah, I died almost immediately. But luckily, that's what I expected. Don't listen to me 5 seconds ago. I said it previously, but Ori is not a super long game. Ori dies early on in the prologue, which we skip in this run, but it's revived by the spirit tree, and we later meet Sion, whatever his name is, who's basically an attack. And we are then tasked with reviving the spirit tree by gathering the 3 elements of warmth, winds, and water. That's the whole task, and I'll say the hardest parts of this challenge are the escape sequences, because they can kill you instantly, the obstacles that can kill you instantly, which I become familiar with early on. No! I got crushed! I didn't realize! Oh, well. The funny thing is that area is not even mandatory in the game. And then, of course, the early game. The early game isn't horrible, but what makes it hard is the amount of health that you have. I need to take it a bit slow, as you only start with 3 health points, and healing isn't readily available. You can find it, but it's a little more rare. And sometimes you just get stuck on an enemy or a laser. Shit! No! No! And you got me. Fuck. Luckily, there is one upgrade to healing early on in the game, which allows us to get a 4th healing shard, and that can bring us to early game optimization that I'm learning with my multiple failed attempts. We have the 1 healing cell and a couple extra energy orbs that allow us to use more powerful moves we unlock, and spawn a soul link, which I will find more important early on. 1 life mode seems to give you a good amount of XP for killing enemies, which gives you more level ups, which in turn gives you more upgrades. Now we want to beat the game somewhat fast, but we also want to become stronger, and with this I'm trying to optimize my first 6 upgrades to where the attack is stronger and more consistent, the XP floats to me, and most importantly, the soul link will heal me for 1 HP when I spawn them. They have a small timer before being able to use them again, but having reliable HP recovery will be important to get out of the early game with how little HP we have. After a handful of deaths, all of them being my fault, we finally get a vital upgrade with double jump, and are slowly closing in on the first of the 3 elements. Double jump. All right, so now we got double jump. This is the first time we've gotten double jump. You see, all I have to do is play my game. I know Ori. Well, it's not life, but we will take an extra energy cell. That allows me to heal more, which I do like to heal. I forgot that you don't actually jump there, and there goes the PB. The good news is... there is no good news. I died. Yeah, I went the wrong way and forgot those spikes kill you instantly. So, back to the beginning we go. It took a couple tries to get back to the double jump, but once we get back, we made it a little bit further and then faced another challenge. I keep saving. Oh, I remember this jump. This is a gamer jump. Wouldn't this count as practice? I guess it does. I've got 1 HP. Oh, I'm so close to the HP, man. I'm so close to the level up. The level up gives you HP back. Okay, well, I got 1 HP back. Wait, this guy spawned! What an idiot! What a fool! No! Well, let me practice this. Oh, yeah, it's 1 life. I can't practice it. All right. And then after that, a lot of mistakes just kept on happening. Okay, well, I'm ending it there because I just died again to that. Yeah, that's a couple hours of embarrassing deaths, and I decided I should probably practice this one section before we make it to the first element of 3. I genuinely think the lack of health upgrades is what is slowing me down, and once we actually make it to the Ginso tree, it'll be a lot more consistent and easy until the first escape sequence. Yeah, there actually wasn't much training. The training was a lot easier than I expected it to be, and it turns out that giant jump is the only thing that was really stopping me. I practiced that for a solid 5 minutes, and I even found an extra health upgrade before the Ginso tree. So I'm feeling pretty good for this next attempt. And in our next attempt, we actually make it to the Ginso tree and then proceed to die almost immediately. No! I lost the little guy, man. I lost him. I don't think we need more training, but let's get back to that tree again. After a few embarrassing deaths and even grabbing an extra life cell, we make it back to the tree and basically die in the exact same spot. Yeah. A little training might be necessary. We practiced the tree for about 40 minutes and felt great with it. The biggest struggle is that one section that has killed us 3 times, as during practice, the rest of the tree felt great. The escape sequence can kill you instantly, but the platforming isn't too bad. And there are a couple of arena battles that can be stressful with spiky traps everywhere, but after training, we are ready for our next attempt. We make it to the tree again after one more embarrassing death, and we're ready to get past this obstacle. Okay, this is where I kind of suck. How do I lose him every time, man? Every time right there, I lose him right there. How do I lose him? Ori is a tiny little fella, and it's easy to lose him in this section, apparently. But with that death, you'd think I'd go back and practice. But no, I know I can easily complete the rest of this Ginso tree. It's just this one section that is killing me. So we run it back. We've started grabbing a few extra life cells before the Ginso tree, so now we have 8 health total compared to our first tree attempt where we only had 5. And 50 minutes later, we make it back to our graveyard. I've died here 3 times. For some reason, I cannot get past this when I have 1 life. Oh, thank God. I don't know why. That one section is just absolutely terrible for me. The rest should be fine. We gain a new ability with Bastion where we can easily propel ourselves off enemies and their projectiles, which makes the rest of the tree based around using this skill. A couple of small puzzle rooms and arenas later, we have the dreaded escape sequence. Lock in! Lock in! That's not what I wanted. I won't lie to you, I thought that was a thing that I could grab onto, and it was not. But we make it out the first one. Oh my God, I almost messed that up really bad. Not even worried a little bit. Attempt number 25, and over 10 hours into this challenge, we make it past the Ginso tree for the first time, and now it's time for more practice. To save my sanity from taking about an hour to get this far on each attempt, I'm gonna practice the second area a little bit so I have a better idea of what I'm getting into. I have beat this game twice, but when you only have one life, it's incredibly valuable to go in with as much knowledge as possible. I practiced the next major area for about an hour. The journey from the Ginso tree to the Misty Woods, which is our next destination, it's not too bad. It didn't require much practice. The only scary thing is a small sequence where you need to break a rock over Kuro, the giant owl's head, and doing that gets us our next vital upgrade with a mid-air float, which is very valuable in the woods. The woods itself is a bit scary with some precision platforming based around some mid-air dashing and gliding, and we end up grabbing another upgrade with wall climbing. Those are the two major upgrades for this section. After practicing the end game of the woods for a bit, I felt confident and ready to go on an actual run. I think I can go this left way for a shortcut. Bye-bye. Well, I think I can go that left way for a shortcut, but I probably shouldn't do it that way because that means I die and I lose all my progress like a fool. That was not intended, I swear. Don't take shortcuts in a situation like this. While a mistake like that is embarrassing, it's one we have to live with. 36 minutes later, we get out of the Ginso tree again for the second run in a row. Who the hell is this guy, a professional Ori player? And we are ready to make our path to Misty Woods, which isn't much of a problem. We grab our glider and we are ready to trek through the woods. Now, I've only practiced the Misty Woods about 2 times, some sections just once. So this is gonna be probably the most stressful part the first couple times through. So let's just take our time with the Misty Woods. I hate this part of it, but we'll be fine. Okay. New ability? Nope, just a piece. What you need to do is not die. Oh my God. Once again, I am blown away by how smart Twitch chat is. Misty Woods on a first playthrough is kind of scary and you feel like you get lost, but after a couple run-throughs and practice, it's not too bad. You just need to collect those 4 keys and you grab a new ability. There is a lot of gliding and some precise jumps, but it's nothing we can't handle. And I'm impressed we were able to get through that on our first actual attempt. Who would think that practicing areas a little bit will help you save your sanity this much and save your time? But the Forlorn Ruins is the next big section, and I know for a fact I will need to practice this one. So that's what we do. I go through this section a couple times and realize it's a lot shorter than the Ginso tree, but a lot harder as you get killed instantly by these lasers, or just the lava on the ground in general. And the platforming is much more confusing with this light, as it inverts your controls in some sections, but after a couple run-throughs, I feel confident to give it a go. So let's not mess this up now. I don't bother trying to fight the spider because then he'll probably mess up the jumps a little bit. And you don't want him to mess up the jumps. You want it to be a clear jump for you. This is the stressful stuff. The biggest stressful jump is probably the 4 jumps in a row for this top piece. Grab that piece first. Holy shit. Talk about a lucky Larry right there. That didn't kill me. Dude, I hate these jumps, man. I absolutely hate these jumps. These messed up gravity jumps. Oh, they're the worst. Okay, now we're on death lasers. You die instantly on these. So don't touch them. Good job, you didn't touch them. Okay, wait right here. This is a stressful one as well. I think when it's right here, right there, you jump to the other side. Ready? Okay, we got all 4 pieces. We got through that stressful platforming and it's done, but now we have the stressful gliding as the entire escape sequence is gliding through and avoiding fallen icicles and rocks. That guess what? They kill you instantly. The good news is it's only taken about 2 hours to get this far. Hide in the crevice, hide in the crevice. All right. The first part of deaths are now gone. All right, we are actually close to the end game now. You know damn well I'm going to be practicing this next section because we need to grab the Sunstone before traversing to Mount Horu, which is the final area in the game. And we're going to practice all the way up to Mount Horu before going forward. I'll be honest though, this section before the Sunstone Sorrow Pass is a lot easier than it looks. The gliding you do need to be precise, but the hitboxes are fairly generous and the amount of death lasers you need to worry about aren't too scary as long as you're really patient with them. We do grab our last ability with the charge jump and easily make it through. I don't think we needed to practice this area at all after going through it. On the actual attempt, we get through here with no problems whatsoever. And after, I feel this is probably the easiest of the 3 areas before the big escape sequences. Before the Ginso tree, you don't have a lot of health, which makes you feel a lot more vulnerable and die a lot easier. In the Misty Woods, you don't have these better upgrades until you get the wall climb. But Sorrow's Pass is easily beaten, and now we only have 1 section left, and it's Mount Horu. This area is filled with so many things that kill you in one shot and so many platform challenges that will make any person extremely stressed during a 1-life challenge, no matter how much you practice it. But with that said, I'm still going to practice this a few times before fully jumping in. And that's what we do for this final area. We run through it 3 times on a practice file. This last section has 8 rooms filled with elaborate jumping and properly utilizing the many mechanics found throughout the game. And on top of that, every room is filled with traps that can kill you instantly. So it's safe to say this area is annoying. 1 false step and you're dead, and restart the entire game. And then on top of that, you also have a stressful escape sequence filled with things that instantly kill you. And after all the practice, I'll say the escape sequence is the easier part of this section, considering it only lasts about 1 minute. But after 2 hours of trying to master these rooms, I felt ready to try and win this challenge. Dude, I'm nervous. Now that it's on the actual file, it's nerve-wracking. Okay, the good news is I can kill like all these enemies. Take our sweet time. Kill all these annoying little guys. All right. Room number 1. I think Kayvon tricked you. Because I think blue means you don't believe. It's weird because blue always is a believer. All right, that's the first room done. This room has messed me up in the past. It's that little one right there. You see that one it's on the left of it? That one messes me up. Well, that is super unfortunate. It messed me up again. No! I gotta play through this whole thing again. Well, that is quite unfortunate. That's an unfortunate situation. Well, that is quite unfortunate. That is one of the sections I struggled with during practice, and sadly, it bit me in the butt. The good news, well, I don't think we need any more practice, so we just need to get back to Mount Horu, which is not that easy, apparently. After that pathetic attempt, it was just death after death for a while. Hell, I even died in the Ginso tree escape sequence. The easiest one! I won't lie to you. I tried to use Kuro's feather, which I don't have. Alright, well, that sucks. A few terrible deaths like that is an indication to take a couple days away from Ori and the Blind Forest and recharge. So that's what I did. I came back with the intention of not stopping until I earned this achievement. How did I do? Well, let me just say Mount Horu doesn't know what hit them. And neither do I, because it definitely wasn't me. After 9 hours of playing, I made it to Mount Horu 0 times. This was utterly embarrassing. Every single death was sad and straight up my fault, I'll say that. I was terrible for 9 hours. What a waste of a day. I guess it was good practice, but I don't think I need to practice any sections by themselves. I have strats for everything, and it just fell apart. The next day was much better. I was still dying like a fool in a lot of sections, but at this point, every death is just the smallest little mistake, like just missing a projectile to jump off of and hitting a spike, or just an enemy hits me and then I fall onto a spike and I can't recover. The problem is when we die, we're losing about 30 minutes to over an hour with each run. Every run up to this point now is super simple. We know exactly what health cells we grab, what energy cells we grab, where we level up, and at this point, I'm also very consistent on what upgrades we take. We take 2 upgrades in the combat tree for our main attack. The flame is stronger and has 3 hits instead of 1. We take 1 upgrade in the efficiency tree to have XP orbs and health orbs come to us like we're a magnet. And then every other upgrade is in the utility tree for more healing with soul links. And some air dashes, even though the air dashes doesn't really matter since we're skipping the dash ability entirely, as I don't feel like mastering another area. Now, we have made it to Mount Horu once, and you've seen that run, and we had a couple close calls where we were about to make it and then ended up dying. I was trying to go up over the top, but I messed up and I died. Yeah, I see that. But we didn't make it back until our 42nd run. But can we actually make it past the second death room this time? Death lasers! Hooray! A good friend of the stream, Death Lasers. Two out of 8. This one's kind of annoying because you have to kill everything, then you have to also get back.
Ready? Go!
All right. That's 3 rooms done. 3 out of 8. Always a little stressful with that, but... the heebie-jeebies, man. Okay, this is a stressful one. Let's do it. Let's not do it, I guess, because I died, and that's depressing as shit. That's a very unfortunate outcome. At this point, we basically make it this far every single time. And 2 runs later, we're back at Mount Horu again. You gotta be kidding me, man. Hey, you gotta be kidding me. The pillar went away! Oh my god! Jesus Christ. It's not Jason Bourne, but it's another unfortunate death. Every death is just so draining at this point, as it takes about an hour and a half to make it this far into a run. And having you die right at the end, I know this game way too well now at this point, and you can guess what happens next. Yeah, we die in the next run, of course. And you know it's well over an hour, and so we just lose all of that time. But then on run 46, we make it back again after 2 more hours of Ori-filled fun, and we are ready to fully conquer this behemoth. Oh! Okay, number 5 is halfway done. You gotta get back now, which is still terrifying. We made it back. Okay, so we're doing 2 super scary ones in a row. In terms of you have to rush back and avoid getting hit instantly. Step 1 of this room is done. Step 2 of this room is a death laser. I'm flirting with fucking fire right now. Holy shit. Okay. That was flirting with fire. That was a little stressful. I will admit that on the casual playthroughs in this game, this room always was stressful for me on the way back. Nah, I mean, not now. You're trying to, you jump on the desk at the worst time possible. Well, we're in the middle of this on death room number 6. Yeah, go into the tree. Go into the tree. One death room left if we get out of this. Okay, we got another death laser here, but this one, you just kind of push this ball. Okay, we're not out of this room yet. Remember those lasers? They kill you instantly if they hit you. I was scared for a second. All right, all we have to do is kill one enemy here.
10 seconds later.
What a tragedy that almost was. You know what this is, Dylan. You've done this before. In practice. You've done it in practice. my God, you gotta be kidding me. I was right there. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, that is so tragic. Wow, can we run that footage back? Holy cow, that was so close. That was legitimately the very end of the game, and Kuro just sniped my hopes and dreams. That was draining, legitimately. Almost every run makes it to the very end game. I have a couple mistakes here and there that kills a run a little bit earlier, but I make it to Mount Horu so often, and it takes an hour and a half each time. Every death at this point is just a gut punch. Are you kidding me, man? That is so unfortunate. Are you kidding me? This room's a fun one. This room's a stressful one, man. The Forlorn Ruins is so goddamn stressful. Because of that. Because I just hit the right stick too hard. You gotta be kidding me. My dude sniped him out of the air. He sniped him out of the air. Just, oh my goodness. I can't believe I just saw that happen again to me again. This achievement is killing me. I love Ori, but my God, I never want to pick this game up again. I spent 10 hours in a row trying to clear this game on a single day. And on my final run of that day, we make it back to the escape sequence after flawlessly doing the 8 death rooms. Oh my fucking God. No, I have to do it all again. I have to go through that Ginso tree again. That's kind of funny if you ask me. All that build up, the mental energy spent on the entire day just to die like that. Luckily, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Not Ori, they've died 55 times, but the next day comes and our first run back, we do our usual things. Grab the 6 energy and life cells, pick up all of our abilities, grab all of our upgrades, and make it back to Mount Horu, of course. At this point, every death room doesn't even faze me because I'm dead inside, clearly, and we make it back to the final escape sequence again. Let's fucking go! Oh my God! After nearly 50 hours, a lot longer than I expected, we finally cleared Ori in the Blind Forest on 1 life mode. The achievements didn't pop up, which kind of takes away the dopamine that I wanted, but they did unlock. I even got my last achievement for finding all the secrets, and now I can proudly say I am better than 99.95% of the gamers that have played this lovely game on Xbox. This challenge was a lot harder than I expected it to be, but that euphoric feeling after finally finishing that last escape sequence makes it oh so worth it. So like and subscribe if you like these types of challenges, as it helps out the channel a lot. And if you ever want to watch these challenges live, I stream them all over on Twitch. So check me out there if you want to. And yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.